Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome back to another game review. In this video, I'm finally going to be reviewing Ghost of Tsushima months after I finished the game, and I know I'm super late with this, I'm sorry, but better late than never. So, in case you haven't played this game, one big spoiler alert across the screen, and yeah, just click away from this video and come back after you finish the game, guys. If you want to, if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's totally fine. But if you really are interested in my opinions and thoughts about this game right now, then stay with me till the end of this video and let's get started. Alright guys, Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world third-person action-adventure stealth game that was developed by Sucker Punch Productions. It was developed in their own engine and the game was originally released in 2020 as a PS4 exclusive only. And then in 2024 they released Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, which brings game from PS to PC, which means this is yet another successful PS port that I'm super grateful for, because this game is nothing but a cinematic masterpiece. So, story of this game puts you in the shoes of our main protagonist called Jin Sakai. Entire game takes place during the first Mongol invasion on Japan, to be exact on island of Tsushima, and our main hero is on a mission to do anything to save his home and people from Mongols and their invasion. Main villain is this general called Khotun Khan. He's a Mongolian general that wants to conquer island of Tsushima, and the entire game is actually based on the true event. During the history of Japan, Mongols tried to conquer Japan twice and they failed both times. So this game is just pure cinematic masterpiece. There is nothing really much to talk about this game's story. It's pretty straightforward, but the thing is, it's filled with amazing story writing, amazing character writing, amazing voice acting. It's filled with beautiful soundtracks, beautiful cinematic scenes. This entire game story feels like a movie and is just something you have to experience for yourself. I'm not kidding when I say this is one of my favorite sword fighting games, you know, set in that sword fighting era. It is just beautiful, like the story, the characters, the emotions that were invested in the characters, and the way they played everything out is just so beautiful. You literally have a feeling like you watch animated actors on the screen performing, and it is just amazing, you know. And those are the games that don't really come out that often. We definitely need more games with this level of story writing and cinematism, or whatever you want to call it. It is just absolutely beautiful, and I recommend you to check this game out, even if you're not a fan of like sword fighting, like medieval era or whatever. This is one of those games that has a strong message about the courage, about the honor, about the loyalty, about the betrayal. There's an entire mix of emotions invested into this game story, which is exactly what makes it so great. You know, the main thing I liked about it is that through the entire game the story doesn't feel blunt. It actually feels alive, it feels real, it feels like you're reading and uncovering big part of the history that actually really happened, and it's very well portrayed in the game through the story and everything, through all the cinematic scenes and everything. It is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So in my opinion, this game's story deserves pure 10 out of 10. Luckily, when it comes to Ghost of Tsushima, its story is not the only 10 out of 10 thing about this game, but the gameplay as well. I remember booting this game up for the first time and being like, wow, holy shit, this looks beautiful and cinematic. And that's how it is through the entire freaking game, guys. I swear, the gameplay of this game looks freaking cinematic. the first thing that you're gonna notice about this game and its gameplay when you boot it up is how minimalistic the HUD is, which is something I always appreciate about the video games. I just don't like games with RPG elements. For example, Assassin's Creed Shadow is complete trash compared to this game. Entire Assassin's Creed franchise is long gone for me. But like, if we just compare these two games, they're actually incomparable. Like, Ghost of Tsushima is like 20 levels above it. Like, there is no stupid like numbers flying on the screen when you hit the enemies. There is no stupid health bars above the enemies' heads. There is no like stupid level system or whatever. Everything about this game is just pure cinematic experience. And the best part is, if you go to games options, you can even more customize the HUD on the screen, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. You can enable or disable stuff by your preference. It is just freaking amazing. Everything is so very well organized on the screen. You get to see all the action, all the cinematic moments. Everything that's going on the screen just feels absolutely beautiful, looks absolutely beautiful. Then the next thing that is absolutely beautiful about this game is its combat. Oh boy, it's something that reminds me of a Batman Arkham games. Like, buttons are very well organized on the screen, like controls are perfectly fine, everything is under your fingers. And like, putting this game on a lethal difficulty, which is the highest possible difficulty in the game, just adds such a vibe to the game. Because when you reach certain point in the game, when you collect all the gear and upgrade your character and all that, it's just too easy to slaughter these Mongols. But when you put the game to the lethal difficulty, it just adds so much to the realism. Few hits from the enemies will kill you, and same applies to you when it comes to them. You kill your enemies from few hits with a katana, or whatever the weapon you're using. Like, there is so many different weapons in this game. You can throw throwing knives, you can throw smoke grenades, you got longbow, short bow, you got different type of arrows. You have heavy arrows, you have explosive arrows, you have blow dart, so you can poison the enemies. There is absolutely hundreds of different ways you can fight, hundreds of different styles you can use to fight the enemies. The enemy varieties are very different in the game. And like I've said, the game only teaches you first few times when you're meeting new stuff, and then for the rest of the game there is no like tutorial screens popping up non-stop like in some games that are super annoying or whatever. Like, combat is very fluid. Like, you can roll around the ground, everything feels like smooth, everything is fast. Blocking is fast, parrying is fast, finishing your enemies is fast. The animations are absolutely fucking beautiful when it comes to this game. The effects of like blood squirting from the wounds when you cut the enemies, you can like see them falling and choking on blood. You can even see the enemies after a fight dragging themselves on the ground, so you can just come to them and finish them off, and that's gonna fill some of your resolve that basically is used to perform certain abilities. You can unlock different armors, different abilities. All that can be found in the world by completing missions, and it's just fun. This game is just absolutely fun. The world is big enough to explore. There is hundreds of different things you can do around this world. Something that might feel repetitive is like visiting these shrines, for example, around the world that, for example, can fill up more of your resolve, give you more resolve bars, or unlock some new abilities and stuff like that. Then you, for example, can find these bamboo sticks that you can cut with a katana by combination of different keys on your keyboard, and then that increases your sword abilities and stuff like that. You can find these shrines that you can climb, and then you get charms that you can equip on your character, which give you different stats, like you know, you heal faster, or you sprint faster, or you're harder to detect to the enemies. Stealth, oh my god, when it comes to stealth, this game, literally you feel like a ghost. You can drop a smoke bomb, jump on the enemies from above. Then you have this ability to cut more of them while in that animation at once. It's like a fear takedown from Batman Arkham games. So that's what this game's gameplay reminds me of. It's very similar to Batman Arkham games. Like, with few buttons you kind of control everything, and everything is so quick and feels so cinematic and smooth. Like, if you need to get from one point to another in the game, if you're like following the objective, you can open up a map and you can put the pin there, and then you press G on your keyboard and the wind will blow, and you just follow the wind. There is no like on-screen map or compass or anything. You're literally guided to the marked location with a wind in this game. Nature is absolutely beautiful in this game. There is all kinds of wildlife around while you move through the nature. The world feels very alive. There is like some very beautiful things you can do, like you can play flute, or you can find a point of haiku and you write some haiku. You actually choose the words from the screen that will be written on the haiku, and then you unlock new headbands, which is like just basically cosmetic. There is so many different armors when it comes to character customization and upgrades. There is so many different armors you can unlock. There is so many different cosmetic combinations you can combine on your Jin Sakai to make him look cool. You can literally choose so many different color patterns on these armors, so they never look the same. Like, you can do so many combinations, and like you can literally just play with that. It's kind of like a game inside a game itself. It is absolutely beautiful. Then at one point of the game you unlock something called Ghost Sands. It's basically like a rage meter that you fill up after you kill enough enemies without taking damage, and it's literally like a one tap thing, and once you cut 3 enemies down, the rest just starts running in fear, which is connected to the game's story, because as you progress through the game and through its story, the Mongols start to fear Jin Sakai more and more, and eventually they start calling him Ghost of Tsushima, and that's why the game is called Ghost of Tsushima. He gets that name because of the way he attacks and kills the Mongols. You know, he breaks samurai code in the game's story, and it's something that really affects the game's story later. And what's interesting, it's combined with the gameplay in the way that if you use stealth tactics and if you kind of cowardly kill the enemies breaking the samurai code, then the weather in the game will be rainy. You can see more storms, more wind and all these kind of stuff, while in the same time, if you decide to face your enemies like a samurai, you can do something called standoff. So whenever you approach enemies that are not aware of you, you can press X, and then you're gonna get this standoff, which means you face your enemies head on, and that's when you're gonna like enter this little cinematic scene where you have a chance to cut multiple enemies with a katana, but you have to hit them at the right moment when they start attacking you, which refills your resolve meter, which again gives you the chance to use special abilities that you again learn through the missions. So literally everything can be unlocked through the missions in this game. You don't have to pay for anything or whatever. Everything can be found and unlocked in the game. Everything is like very cinematic and story written. So another very beautiful, oh my god, this is probably one of my favorite things about this game, which are duels. They look absolutely stunning. Like you cannot use any special abilities during duels or whatever. You can use only like different stances, that you change depending on what type of enemy you're fighting. But during these duels, everything looks so cinematic, and if you put it on a lethal difficulty, oh man, duels are a nightmare. They will kill you so many times before you get that boss fight. It is so cinematic, it looks so freaking cool. Like, man, I enjoyed these samurai duels, they're so freaking cool. So yeah, there's like all kinds of beautiful things about this game. I could talk about it for days. Like, it's super beautiful. Like, there are these foxes that you can follow around the dens, and then they lead you to shrines, which again you use to upgrade your resolve. Climbing is very well done. You have the grappling hook you can throw around to move around the map and maneuver around the terrain, either when you are getting from point A to point B, or when you are fighting the enemies. You have swordsmen, for example. Those are most basic enemies that just attack you with a sword, and for them to kill them most effectively, you use the stone stance. Then, for example, against the spear guys, you might want to use the water stance, or if you have these brutes with shields, which are big, muscular, huge dudes, you might want to apply moon stance on them. So you have these different stances that you can change during the combat, and you need to apply them on the different type of enemies. So gameplay constantly evolves. You know, you're in the fight and you have all these enemies coming at you at once, and they're all mixed up, so you need to pay attention on what kind of enemy is attacking you, and what stance you're gonna use on that enemy. It is so perfectly done in a fun way. It just feels so good, and as you're killing these guys, like finishing moves that you the finishing animations killing them are so fast and smooth, and they look so freaking cool. Like, skill tree in this game is another very nice thing. It is literally one of those classic skill trees that we had some long time ago in video games. You know, they don't require any like level RPG bullshit. You literally just unlock them with the skill points in the game that you earn by playing the game, killing the enemies, doing good deeds. There's so many random moments going on around the environment which you can like complete and do, and that will earn you skill points that you can use to build the skill tree. There is so many different skills that separated in different categories. It is freaking cool. I loved every single one of them. Whenever you think, okay, this skill looks cool, wait until you unlock the next one. Next one's even cooler. Like, I fucking loved this game, man. It was absolutely fun. Like, I don't even know where to start to talk about this game from. Like, there's so many things to do. You have armor, which you can upgrade your armor. You know, you have merchants, which you can trade supplies with and buy ammo from, and all these kind of stuff. They're usually located around these camps that are like safe zones. You have these outposts that you can liberate. It's literally like a Far Cry, you know. You liberate these outposts, and as you kill the commanders in these outposts, that's how you unlock these stances, like the moon stance, water stance. You know, other stances are unlocked by killing commanders inside these camps. It is beautiful. Everything about this game is absolutely beautiful. Another thing I really loved are those like storytellers. You know, you have these special missions from these like legend storytellers, and before you start the mission there is always like a cinematic about that story, and then you go and explore that story that guy just told you, and you know, they turn out to be true. Sometimes they turned out to be a legend, in some metaphoric way. You never know like how things are gonna turn out, but the interesting thing about these like legendary story missions is that every time you complete one of them, you either unlock a new legendary armor that has its special meaning and, you know, abilities, or you unlock new moves. You can unlock like Heavenly Strike, for example, which you just literally slide through the enemy, like fast draw the sword from the holster and just cut them up, you know, and cut their limbs off. You learn new abilities, you know. You can learn later ability to pour the sword with the fire and lit it like a flame sword, and then you can kill your enemies that way as well. I mean, man, this game, just developers got really creative and they really invested a lot of work into the gameplay and all that. It's absolutely beautiful. You can literally find every item you collected through the game in the journal, like menu. Everything is there. Like you can read so many papers that you collected if you want to know more about the story or what happened in that place that you just visited. You can just turn that on and read it for hours. It is a super fun. There is like so many things to play around with. Even when you complete this game and when you max your character out as I did, this is literally the game that I completed every side quest in that I possibly could. I explored every location. I completed 100% of the game, and it's a very rare for me to do that in an open world game. But this game was so interesting to me, so fun to me, so legendary, so cinematic to the point where I just had to go through everything. I didn't got bored of doing same things over and over again. It's just different in some way, you know. Some of these things feel repetitive, but even they are repetitive, they are still different. They look different in some way, and again is super fun. Not to mention that this game also comes with a DLC which has its own special story, and you get extra few hours of another storyline over there. You unlock entire new island there to explore and mess around with, and that DLC brings new enemies, new abilities. Again, it's new things. They again found a way to implement new and interesting things through that DLC. It's just super fun. This game definitely doesn't lack content, and it's super fun to play. And if you're a fan of like medieval games, and if you're a fan of feudal Japan, like I am a big fan of like samurais and all that. It's the most interesting thing when it comes to like medieval ages. Like samurai and Japan's history is the most interesting one to me personally. So this game in that case is definitely for you. I would totally recommend it for you to play it, because there is so much content and it's just not boring. The game is super fun. It's super fun. So for the end of this review, let's talk about graphics and optimization of Ghost of Tsushima. And just like everything else about this game, this is also pure 10 out of 10, because visually and graphically this game is cinematic masterpiece. It's literally that beautiful. No other words to describe it but a cinematic samurai masterpiece. Everything about this game looks and feels absolutely gorgeous. The wilderness, the environment, the lightning, the colors. There is so many beautiful colors from different flowers and trees in this game. The sunsets, the sunrises, the nights, the night sky, the stars on the sky you can see at the night as you walk through the game. The details like the snow footprints and tracks, the blood in the snow that soaks in after you cut the enemies. There is so many great visual details, and everything just looks so real and so cinematic. It is absolutely gorgeous. I played this game on all ultra maxed out settings on 1080p resolution, and my PC specs are next. My CPU is Ryzen 7 3700X 3.60 GHz. My GPU is RX 6600 XT at 8GB GDDR6, and my RAM is a DDR4 2 plates by 8, which means 16 gigabytes of HyperX Fury. And yeah, that's the setup that I use to run this game. And honestly, when it comes to optimization, it does have some issues. The game did not work completely fine. However, I did encounter some bugs that made me restart the checkpoint so I can start over. Sometimes I would glitch into a texture and just fall through the ground and infinitely fall into an empty space. Sometimes that would have happened. There were some visual bugs like people being stuck like statues in animations after I killed them. Or there were like some visual bugs that when you're climbing these trees, they would like have this blurry texture that looks like they're vibrating at a high speed. What else I've seen? Frame drops would occur sometimes at some parts of the game. So the PC version definitely has some optimization issues. When it comes to optimization, it isn't really 10 out of 10. That's the kind of only thing I can say that kind of sucks when it comes to PC version. Everything else was completely fine. Yeah, I can't find any other downsides about this game. So a bit of lack of performance, but it's not that bad. Honestly, some of these bugs didn't occur that often, but frame drops would have occurred often at some parts, no matter what setting I picked. Some settings are even bugged, like if you turn them all the way up, everything kind of becomes black and shadowy, and then you have to pause the game a few times and goes back to normal, frame rate goes back to normal. I don't know why would that happen. Also, I realized that restarting the game refreshes like something about it. It's either the video memory or something, and then you get more frames or while playing. So definitely there is some issues with the performance. I don't know why, but other than that, everything works fine. Most of the time I had 60 plus FPS, but sometimes I would have less, and sometimes frame drops would be unbearable. So I had to tune down the settings or something until I passed that part of the game, and then I would tune it back up. So yeah, that's kind of only bad thing that I've noticed about this game. Everything else is just so perfect. It's a pure masterpiece, and this is the game that I think absolutely everyone should play. It is beautiful. It's just pure 10 out of 10. I love this game with my whole heart. It was super fun. Like I've said, I completed every quest. I climbed every mountain, explored every corner of the map, collected every skill, completed the entire skill tree, collected every armor I could. I did all the quests. Everything is just super freaking fun. I have so many hours on this game, and it's just great. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this review, then go ahead and leave a like, share, comment, or subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's totally fine. Let me know down below in the comments what are your opinions and thoughts on Ghost of Tsushima. You also have a new sequel that was recently released. It's called Ghost of Yotei. Honestly, it doesn't attract me. You play as a female character in the main role that is very woke and super unrealistic in so many ways, and it just pisses me off. So it's a big no from me. But if you feel like giving a chance to Ghost of Yotei, try it out. It's very similar to Ghost of Tsushima. There is not many improvements in the gameplay. As much as I've seen, it's pretty much the same game, and that's why kinda it doesn't attract me. It doesn't have much of that new to offer. I've seen there are like different weapons in the game and stuff like that, but yeah, it's very woke. It feels very woke like everything else nowadays, and unfortunately it's a no for me. But yeah, there is a sequel. If you feel like checking it out, you can check it out, guys. It's up to you, but Ghost of Tsushima is definitely worth every penny. It's definitely worth all of your time, and check this game out. It's super fun. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of your support and everything you've done for me and my channel so far. You guys are amazing. I love you, and I'll definitely see you in the next videos. Chris out.